But speeding tickets, silliness, Dillon Gabriel's a much more kind of centered, serious kid, and Shedeur is third.
Yes.
And will he kind of be the backup?
Joe will start the game. Dillon will play second. Shedeur will play third.
He knows more than I do. I know. You are absolutely sure you could be president. You would do a better job. It's the world we live in. Everybody's an expert. Everybody's an epidemiologist during a pandemic.
Whenever it's time for me to get out there and play, I'm going to play. Whenever it's time for the lights to come on, I'm going to do my thing. I'm not concerned about when it is. I'm not concerned about, how many reps I'm getting at this point is what it is. Because I know when the lights come on, when everything go on, when the pressure's on, you know who I am. And I'm always be that way.
Just when everyone thought ShedeurSanders had secured the second-string spot after a stellar preseason showing, Kevin Stefanski drops a shocker. Shedeur won't even be considered over Dillon Gabriel for the final preseason game. And if that wasn't enough to rile up Browns fans, Colin Cowherd jumps in, adding more fuel to the fire for those rooting for Shedeur's success. This isn't just about roster choices anymore. It's about whether the Browns are truly giving their young quarterback a fair chance. But before we break down everything Colin had to say, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates and insights.
Kevin Stefanski's a smart guy. He's one of the 2 Ivy League coaches in the league. He's a pretty smart guy. He won 11 games with that nonsense in 2023. He's got Dillon Gabriel 2 and Shedeur 3.
Colin Cowherd didn't hold back, saying that Stefanski actually made the right call here. In his view, putting Dillon Gabriel as the second-string quarterback and pushing ShedeurSanders down to third is the smarter move. And let's be honest, when you're talking about Kevin Stefanski, you're talking about one of the sharpest minds in the NFL. Whether you agree or not, the guy knows what he's doing, and Cowherd sees this decision as proof of his coaching acumen. But Cowherd didn't stop at praise. He went further and openly roasted Shedeur and his supporters. He highlighted that at least 7 NFL teams were looking for a starter, and about 15 needed a reliable backup, yet not a single team chose ShedeurSanders. Cowherd reminded everyone that Shedeur was a 5th-round pick, while Dillon Gabriel went in the 3rd. To him, that sends a clear message from the league. Shedeur is a 5th-round quarterback. Fans may have brushed it off initially, but according to Cowherd, it's time to face the facts.
But the league told you. And by the way, 7 teams annually are desperate for quarterback. And another 15 are desperate for a backup. The whole league passed for 4 rounds. And many of us believe Jimmy Haslam, the owner of the Browns, is the one that nudged the front office into drafting him. So the Browns drafted Dillon Gabriel 2 rounds before. So you can run to your Reddit board and dogpound.com and say it's a conspiracy, but the whole league told you. He's a 5th-round quarterback.
Colin Cowherd, who not long ago was praising Shedeur as a potential future starter for the Browns, has completely reversed his stance. Now, he's arguing that Shedeur never deserved all the hype he's been receiving from fans. Cowherd went further, insisting that being a 5th-round pick was exactly where Shedeur belonged. He pointed out that every NFL team that passed on him had knowledge and evaluations that fans simply weren't privy to. But honestly, this is classic Colin. Flip-flopping and slipping back into that blunt, no-holds-barred persona he's famous for. Earlier, Cowherd shared his thoughts after Dillon Gabriel's debut, and they definitely raised some eyebrows. He warned that if this offense is what the team plans to run moving forward, the Browns could be in trouble. It's not just about the interceptions or individual plays. Cowherd also flagged Gabriel's size as a potential long-term concern. Then he shifted focus to ShedeurSanders, boldly stating that after comparing both quarterbacks' performances, he'd choose Sanders. He even went as far as to call Sanders underdrafted, a major compliment, especially given the level of competition in the NFL today.
So the truth is about these guys, I have 2 strong opinions. I think Dillon Gabriel's size is an issue. I would have a hard time building around him. He's small. Shedeur is bigger. I think he moves well. I would choose Shedeur over Dillon Gabriel.
And now, that same Colin Cowherd has done a complete 180, backing Stefanski's decision to slot Shedeur in 3rd behind Dillon Gabriel. But it gets even stranger. He brings up Shedeur's speeding ticket, as if a minor traffic violation has any relevance to his abilities on the field. I mean, really, what does a ticket have to do with quarterback performance? Just listen to the points he's making.
But speeding tickets, silliness, Dylan Gabriel's a much more kind of centered, serious kid, and Shedeur is third.
Now, Cowherd has even gone as far as calling Shedeur a spoiled child. But the reality is, ShedeurSanders isn't letting any of that get to him. He's not stressing over his role or all the outside noise. His focus is crystal clear. When the spotlight hits, he's ready to shine even brighter. Shedeur has made it obvious that he won't waste energy on criticism or distractions. When he finally takes the field, he intends to let his performance speak for itself.
Number 2 role still up for grabs. You guys still competing for that number 2 role?
Number 2 role?
Like number 2 string quarterback.
Oh,
Yeah.
honestly, bro, I really don't look into that. I don't care. Whenever it's time for me to get out there and play, I'm going to play.
Shedeur has made it crystal clear. He's not concerned about the number of reps he's getting in practice or any of the noise surrounding him. His confidence comes from knowing that when the real pressure hits, that's when he'll prove everyone wrong. He said he knows exactly who he is as a player, and when it's time to respond, he'll do it the only place that matters, on the field.
Whenever it's time for me to get out there and play, I'm going to play. Whenever it's time for the lights to come on, I'm going to do my thing. I'm not concerned about when it is. I'm not concerned about, how many reps I'm getting at this point is what it is. Because I know when the lights come on, when everything go on, when the pressure's on, you know who I am. And I'm always be that way.
Colin Cowherd didn't even acknowledge any of that. Instead, he kept taking jabs at the fans, joking about wanting to hear the barking of Shedeur supporters over on dogpound.com. To him, it seems like a game to mock the people who believe in Shedeur. But the truth is, Shedeur is a strong competitor with the mindset to bounce back. And when he does, those same fans Cowherd ridicules will be right there supporting him, just like they always have, and just like Cowherd himself once did.
But solid, good family DNA, moved well, historically accurate, good kid, not a bad kid, certainly a better prospect.
Colin Cowherd didn't stop there. He went even further, arguing that there's a huge gap between ShedeurSanders and the other quarterbacks in Cleveland. In his view, Shedeur consistently shows sharpness, confidence, and true command on the field, while the others come across as slow, flat, and uninspired. Cowherd emphasized that this isn't a minor difference. It's a defining gap that could ultimately influence the Browns' quarterback decisions. According to him, the contrast in preparation, performance, and presence is so obvious that eventually the Browns won't be able to overlook it.
So how he is viewed by the NFL and the professionals there, who I respect and trust, and how he's viewed by everybody else, it's an incredible gap.
The saga of ShedeurSanders and the Cleveland Browns has become one of the most talked about stories in the NFL offseason, and it perfectly highlights the drama, unpredictability, and passion that surround the quarterback position. From the start, Shedeur came into the league with high expectations, riding the wave of an impressive college career and a standout preseason performance. Fans immediately latched onto his potential, believing that he represented the future of the franchise. Yet, the decisions made by Kevin Stefanski, moving Dylan Gabriel ahead of Sanders for the second-string role, have thrown the fan base into a frenzy, creating a whirlwind of debate over fairness, opportunity, and talent evaluation. Colin Cowherd's commentary has only intensified this narrative. Once a vocal supporter of Shedeur, Cowherd has since switched gears, praising Stefanski's decision and even mocking both Shedeur and his supporters. From highlighting Shedeur's fifth-round draft status to bringing up unrelated personal matters, Cowherd has painted a picture of a young quarterback whose hype, in his eyes, may not match reality. Yet, even in the face of criticism, ShedeurSanders remains focused, undeterred, and determined to let his play speak louder than any words from pundits or fans. What makes this story particularly compelling is the clear contrast Cowherd himself pointed out. Shedeur's sharpness, confidence, and command on the field compared to the other quarterbacks on the roster. This gap in talent and presence cannot be ignored forever. Whether you agree with Cowherd's current stance or not, it's undeniable that the Browns' quarterback situation is far from settled, and ShedeurSanders has the potential to dramatically reshape it. At the end of the day, this isn't just a debate about roster placement. It's a story about perseverance, belief, and proving doubters wrong. ShedeurSanders' journey is only beginning, And when he finally gets his shot, it could very well silence critics and validate everything his fans have believed in from day one. The Browns, the league, and the fans are all watching, and the next chapter promises to be unforgettable. So, what do you think about all of this? Do you agree with Kevin Stefanski's decision to keep ShedeurSanders behind Dillon Gabriel, or do you think the young quarterback deserves more of a chance to prove himself? How much weight do you give to Colin Cowherd's criticisms? Are they fair, or is he overreacting? And most importantly, when Shedeur finally gets his opportunity on the field, do you believe he'll rise to the occasion and silence the doubters once and for all? Share your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear your take on this heated quarterback debate.